Assalamu alaikum. How is everyone? Okay, now we are going to start our reading lessons, and today will be our first lesson. First of all, before starting the chapter, I would want you to look at this picture carefully and try to think what has happened. Why did the building collapse? What has caused the collapse? Why did it fall? What can be the reason? Pause the video and write your reply in your notebook. The building may have collapsed due to some kind of natural disaster. Can you think of some natural disasters? Again, pause your video and write your replies in your notebook. Flood is one kind of natural disaster. What causes flood? A lot of rain causes flood. When there is a lot of rain, then water overflows the banks of the rivers and they come on land, and this causes flood. Wildfire. Wildfire occurs when there is fire in the forest, and this fire is usually caused by heat. Lightning you are all familiar with. When it rains, there is lightning, and sometimes this lightning falls on the earth, causing burning of trees or something else. Tsunami. Tsunami is caused by an earthquake under the sea. Cyclone happens in the sea when the water whirls around and there is rainstorm accompanied with it. Landslide happens when there is lots of snow and there are big blocks of snow, and these blocks slide on one another, or sometimes they fall from the mountains and hurt people. Hurricane is a stronger cyclone. Drought occurs when there is no rain over a long period of time. Storm you are all familiar with. Very strong wind, and the storm can be a rainstorm, a hailstorm, causing a lot of damage. Earthquake occurs when the earth shakes. Snowstorm is a storm which has snow or hail with it. Sandstorm occurs in the desert when there is strong wind blowing along with the sand. So these are some common natural disasters. Now, another question, what causes an earthquake? What do you think? Write your, whatever comes to your mind, write your reasons or causes of earthquake in your notebook. Pause your video here. Under the surface of the earth, there are several plates. You can see the boundaries of these plates here. The dark blue lines show the boundaries of different plates. And the places where these plates touch each other, these are the danger zones, and a lot of earthquakes occur in these areas. But what causes the earthquakes? When these tectonic plates, they collide against each other, they hit each other, or they slide against each other, the earth or the surface of the earth right above it also starts to shake, and this is what causes earthquakes. You can study in your geography books and find out more about it. And to understand the meaning of collide, you can see a picture where two cars have collided against each other. So this is a collision. Okay, now some new words which you will encounter in your unit of earthquake, unit 2 of Vision 6. Okay, the first word is restlessly. And as you can see, less means not or in less quantity, and rest. So you are all familiar with both of these words. So restlessly would mean that you're uncomfortable, you're not resting. Dehydration. Again, look at the word carefully. De means no or without, and hydra means water. So without water or lack of water. But you would not say dehydration when there's lack of water in your home, like there's no water in the tank or in the tub. You're not going to say the tub is dehydrated. You're not going to use it like that. Dehydration is usually related to water in our body. When there's lack of water in our body, we would say dehydration. Limbs, arms and legs. Dawn. The time of dawn is when the sun rises. Mysterious, strange, difficult to understand. It's when there is something which is difficult to understand, it's very strange, unusual, we say that it is very mysterious. There is a shadow, but there is no object. Indication. Indication means hint, something that hints to something. For example, something else. For example, you see that a boy ran inside the classroom, into the classroom, and he sat on his chair very seriously. So that is an indication that somebody important is in the corridor, either the principal or the teacher. Throb and quiver. Throb is beating of something in rhythm, like the beating of the heart. When you're afraid, your heart starts beating loudly and in a rhythm. So that is throbbing. Quiver is shiver. Urgency comes from the word urgent, and a situation where there's something urgent to do is urgency. Okay. Merely means only. Tremors is quiver, shiver. Retrace is tracing, you all know, tracing on a line, on dots, and re is to do again. So retrace would mean that following your footsteps again. So following the same path that you used to come to a place, you go back following the same path. So that is retracing your footsteps. Tumble, something falls down when it loses its balance. When this happens, you say that it tumbled down. Terrified means frightened. Dash means run very fast. Rush and dash is the same. Smashed, it means crushed. Flattened means leveled. So these are some of the new words that you will encounter in this unit. Okay, Jazakallah. See you tomorrow.